Okay, YouTube, so today what I have for you is I have this giant box of my artwork from high school, and I think some that's a little bit pre-high school. It's right here. I went through this entire box of artwork, drawings, etc. with my subscribers on Instagram. We went through and picked the best of the best, which is actually the worst of the worst, for me to try and redraw. I'm gonna try and redraw my old terrible artwork from high school to see what improvements I've made. I'm really curious about this. It's been about 10 years since I've been in high school, so you'd think I would have improved a lot, but really I took a really long break for a long time. First, I'm going to show you some of the better art, I would say. Like, I was super into manga and anime style drawings. I do not think this is bad at all. This one did not get selected because I genuinely am like, could I even do this now? I don't know. I don't know if I could do this. But I'll show you some of the runner-ups. The runners-ups. Elsa. TJ Maxx Who? Marshall's what? Where'd that go? Okay, actually over the course of probably the next couple days, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do 6 drawings in a day. We'll see. They're not super complicated, but here's the first one. We're going to try and redraw. Some issues I see with it. Her bangs, her hairline is super crooked. They come up, her bangs are this long here, this short here. The eyes are way too far down, the nose is too high. I don't even know if I can draw in a manga anime style anymore, but I'm gonna try. I think it'll be really interesting to see if I can still show this drawing, but in just an improved way. The second one, we decided to do one of my realism attempts. This is watercolor. Right side by side, because this is nice watercolor paper and I don't have paper this nice anymore. This superhero that I had just come up with on a whim. Some issues. I didn't know how to draw feet, so they were triangles. I actually do like the hands. Her proportions, although they're supposed to be stylized and exaggerated, this is just not it. Her face needs a lot of improvement. There's a lack of detail. Her hair looks chunky and not shaded well. So there's another one. So I was a horse girly, and Arabian horses classically have an arched neck, but not enough said for why that needs improved. I thought this was so good. I tried selling this. I took pictures of this. I promoted this. This was not supposed to be funny. This wasn't supposed to be funny, cartoony. This was supposed to be like, wow, he's actually a cool, tough guy. We're gonna do some character development on that. And then I had drawn this, taken a picture of it, and then colored it in like with my finger on my phone in some kind of paint studio. But this needs a redo. I think it has a lot of potential. That's why I picked it. I don't necessarily think it's the worst drawing, but there's a lot of issues with it. So these are the ones that we selected. We all voted on. We went through all my drawings and voted on these ones as the top ones to redraw. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so when I actually recorded this, I talked through this entire first drawing, but actually lost all of the audio because this was actually recorded in slow motion. So the entire video ended up being about 3.5 hours long. I don't know how my camera recorded that long, but anyway, so I have fast forwarded all of the other drawings in time lapse, and we're gonna do voiceovers over them. So this is what we're working with right now. I use my hands a lot when I talk, so that's what you're gonna see a lot of. But to start off the sketch, I really needed to fix the proportions and placement of the eyes, especially with like the bangs, and the eyes looked like they had just been like picked up and slid over to the side of her head. We needed to fix all of that. And it was really interesting to try and draw in a manga and anime style again, because I have not picked up this style of artwork literally since high school. So trying to really be intentional with all of my lines, my shading, everything like that was a fun challenge because I haven't practiced it. I have not practiced the style whatsoever. And I actually I had a really fun time, like inking in all of the little clean lines, and just, I don't know, there was something so satisfying about it, and I had a really good time, and I'm gonna have to do some more work like this in the future. But trying to figure out how to shade the hair, I really wish I would not have gone with this soft, like, I think it was a 6B pencil or something like that, because it proceeded to smudge all over the paper, and I knew it was going to do that, but I don't know what I was thinking. I could have just picked up a colored pencil, but I wanted to stay true to the medium that I used in the previous drawing. So yeah, when the hair gets shaded, it just smudges everywhere. I also sort of updated the style of the bangs. I brought them out a little spikier, a little edgier, because I sort of had a hint of that style in the original drawing, but I really exaggerated it for this to make it sort of a darker, more mature anime style. I don't know what I'm talking about, but it made sense in my head. Shading the hair was super fun. I went with, she was originally supposed to be a brunette, and I went with shading this in a lot darker than the original drawing, because to me, if she had black hair, I would have done her hair in ink and it would have been like jet black. But for a true dark brunette, I decided to shade it in with this pencil, which ended up, as we know, ends up all over the page, but oh well, it's still cute. So yeah, the hairline, I saw a lot of massive improvements with the silhouette of how the hair turned out. Also, the original drawing, her ear is so tiny. I noticed that. Like, I have never noticed that before until I started redrawing it. I went, what in the world? Her ear is so tiny. So I fixed her ear. Now, the braids were something. They were something. I had to relearn how to do the braids. Something about a braid weave is so, like, difficult for me to wrap my brain around, but I think I figured it out. It used to be a muscle memory drawing braids, and I'm actually impressed with my previous work with the braids, but that's okay. These turned out fine. I don't think I have any complaints, but maybe in 10 years I will. So yeah, I don't know what else to talk about this with other than I'd like to practice it more because it was fun, and I think I was happy with how it turned out. So it's funny when I show my husband all these different drawings, the before and afters, because at the time of this voiceover I've already finished all the drawings, but every time I show my husband the drawings, he always is like, wow, that's really good. But then he has this like, There's something about the old one though, and I can't help but, like, I don't know, it doesn't infuriate me, that's the wrong word, but I have this like this little like pinch, like a little touched nerve that happens when I don't know, when I hear like, I like your old one more, because I've put in, not necessarily in this style, but with my drawing just in general, I've put in countless hours of more practice to get at the level that I'm at. Not saying I'm like any kind of, anything, but it makes me feel like, I don't know, maybe you guys understand what I'm saying. I'm just like, I prefer the new version. I think maybe there's some sort of sentimental value that people place on my old work. I understand. But if I could, I would just throw all my old work away, but I'm trying to get better at that. I'm trying not to like scrap stuff that I don't like, but literally on my floor right now, there's some like crumpled up pieces that I don't like. But anyway, here's how it turned out. I think she's super cute. I'm really happy with the clean blush lines compared to the old one, and just everything looks really cleaned up. Super happy with it, but it still has the same vibe as the original. So yeah. Okay, this superhero drawing, her proportions, like I was saying earlier, I don't know, man. I flip-flopped between, I couldn't remember whether I don't think I could actually draw anything semi-realistic. So I just went super stylized with everything. In the past, I would just, well, since I can't draw, proper shapes of hands and feet and all that kind of stuff, instead of learning, I'm just gonna super stylize it and hope that I can pull it off. So it was really, I was kind of frustrated because both of the drawings in this video, their hands are closed into fists because that's all I could do. So I wish I could have opened up a hand to try and like but I wanted to stay closer to the original. But anyway, this drawing was super fun. I tried to pick out a green that was as close to the original. I did change up her outfit style because I don't know what that old disco style was, but I didn't like it anymore. And this is redrawing things to how I would like them to look and how I thought they looked back then. I changed it to like a little tracksuit, which I thought was kind of cute, but she's wearing like white boots still and white gloves. I don't know. She looks comfy though. This is what I would want to wear if I were a superhero. About pencils, I'm using Prismacolor pencils for these, and also the Tigerondoga Core Lock technology pencils. There's Shidora. That's my mutual friend, artist here. Well, not here, on Instagram. I was watching her live while I was drawing this, but anyway, she's super fun. Anyway, I don't know what I used for colored pencils way back in the day. I know I had some like random recycled newspaper pencils. I think I had a couple Prismacolors that I had gotten in a bag of random art supplies from the thrift store, but I still think that even though I have better equipment, I guess, I have better supplies now, I still feel that my coloring has improved. Even if I had been given proper art supplies back then, which I was just starting to invest in art supplies back then, I still feel that my coloring choices, how I sort of block out shadows and that kind of stuff, the style that I like to work in has improved. Just sort of the shading in the musculature of people is something that's improved a lot. Also, she has like internal organs now, so that's good. Yeah, I don't know. She was like stretched out like a piece of Laffy Taffy. in that last one. So anyway, this white paint pen is horrible, and it was before I had gotten some new ones, so the white highlight is nothing great. But here's the before. And the triangle feet are killing me. I cannot with the triangle feet. Okay, after. The shading's a lot better. Color theory has clicked in a little bit more. I'm really proud of that extended knee and leg. I really like how that turned out. I've never drawn a pose like that. So, yeah. I'm pretty happy with it. I tried to keep the style of the triangular feet boots, boot feets, but yeah. Okay, this motorcycle drawing, it was supposed to be rendered digitally, so maybe in the future I will take this new drawing that I'm making and I'll color it digitally. My face keeps popping in because am I on live? I can't remember if I'm on live when I'm doing this. I think so. I think I am on live. My face keeps, yeah, I'm talking. Okay. Nice. These my Italian hands. Okay. Anyway, this motorcycle I took a lot more freedom with as far as a redraw goes. I stuck with a similar pose. And honestly, my camera dies at some point here, so I'm going to show you pictures before and after, but I changed up the bike a bit because I just couldn't get with the squishy tires of the old bike. It was supposed to be concept art, but yeah, anyway. So I also updated the boots and the outfit, and I put more movement into her jacket, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I'd like to try this digitally. This horse has been dubbed the scoliosis horse by my subscribers on Instagram. I did not film this one because I did it the same day that my camera died, so my camera was in fact dead. But horses are so difficult to do without a reference, and I did the original painting, watercolor painting, without a reference. So my only reference was my previous painting. So this horse is just from my head of how a horse should what a horse should properly look like, and I really love him. I think that the little details of the ligaments and bones and structure in his face turned out a lot better. Yeah, I do agree that there's something about the first one that's really sweet and nice, but that neck is just unforgivable. And this to me looks more like a professional painting. Oh my goodness, this one is such a cringy one to end on. I'm just doing this voiceover in like one shot. This guy was supposed to look, he was supposed to look attractive. So I'm trying to redraw him as an attractive guy, and I just sort of did point by point updates on him, fixed the proportions, and did some better coloring work. Just made him overall a little bit more attractive. He's still stocky, he's still short, he's a short king, but overall good looking guy. I'm much happier with how the arms turned out. It looks like he has an actual body instead of sunken in ribs. I took away a couple of the accessories just to sort of clean it up a little bit. The fist looks better, the coloring is better. I mean, the angles on those knees and stuff, I get that it's stylized, but look, a diamond boot. But yeah, anyways, I'm much happier with this one, obviously. It's more my current style. This is, yeah. Anyway, these are my drawings, and thanks for watching. And if you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe if you'd like to see more content. Leave a comment what you'd like to see next. And if you haven't hit the bell yet, go ahead and hit it. You already know what it does. And feel free to follow my Instagram, my Etsy, my TikTok, me on Twitch. I play video games on there sometimes. But yeah, thanks for watching.